Don't buy or relocate to Abbotsford. Yes, Abbotsford is a beautiful place to live and raise a family, but it's not for everyone. In today's video, I'm breaking down the biggest reasons why living in Abbotsford could be a mistake for you. Stick around till the very end because I'm going to share one practical tip that will help you get all the information you need about a Pacific neighborhood. Let's dive in. Number one, if you commute, you're in trouble. Suppose you're someone that's thinking about relocating to Abbotsford, but your work office is in Burnaby. That means you're going to be spending 2 to 3 hours of commuting each day. Not only that, but you're at the whim of Highway 1, which is always backed up. Let's be real, folks. Highway 1 congestion is brutal. It's bumper to bumper most times of the day, and it's even worse in the morning times. Just the other day, I was commuting for a meeting to Burnaby. I left my house here in Abbotsford at 6 a.m. and you wouldn't believe it almost took me 2 hours to reach Burnaby. Almost at every second or third exit, there were some improvements happening to Highway 1 or there was an accident that had occurred. Number two, limited master planned communities. Unlike Surrey and Langley, Abbotsford doesn't have many master planned or high density neighborhoods. If you want to live in a neighborhood here in Abbotsford that has a high walkability score to parks, recreation, trails, the grocery store, there aren't many master planned communities like that for detached homes, townhomes, and condominiums. Yes, we might have a few such as the Westridge townhomes or Augustin, but even the development at Augustin, they're missing access to key amenities like a middle school, high school, a rec center, grocery store, and easy access to things like daycare and transit. Just last week, I was at a community event, and the name of this event was called Building Intentional Communities. One of the keynote speakers there was a retired architect by the name of Michael Geller. And what he talked about was the work he had done before retirement was master planned some key developments in the Lower Mainland, including Vancouver. What Michael talked about was a lot of people want to live in neighborhoods where they can build communities and, more importantly, connect with those people living around them. One of the key things he noted about building a mastermind community is having easy access to all three levels of schools, parks, and trails. So if you're thinking about another example of a master planned community, just think of Garrison Village here in Sardis. They have access to the university, elementary school, rec center, grocery store, and other key amenities, and it's close to the Vedder River. That's why a lot of professionals choose to live in that area. The other keynote speakers at this event included City of Abbotsford employees, developers, and builders, and what they were talking about was just getting an idea about what future developments should look like in Abbotsford. And one of the key takeaways for me from this meeting was that we need more master planned communities, which offers more access to people to live in townhomes, condominiums, or even detached homes where they have easy access to these key amenities that we just talked about. And one of the keynote speakers ended the meeting with, "It takes a village to raise a child," meaning people want to live in communities where people can connect and get to know those people living around them. Number three, public transit, forget about it. One of the key things that you'll be surprised about when you come visit Abbotsford is every household has either 1 to 3 vehicles. And the reason for that is Abbotsford is so spread out. You have Abbotsford West, Central Abbotsford, and East Abbotsford. And if you were to drive from West Abbotsford to East Abbotsford on Highway 1, you're looking at an 8 to 10 minute drive. But if you were to drive through the city, the same 8 to 10 minute drive would look like a 12 to 15 minute drive. We do have the Central Valley transit system, but currently it only offers 20 routes. And if you're looking to commute from Abbotsford, the furthest you can go to is Langley. And the other thing is, if you were to miss one of the buses, you would be waiting for the next bus for a very long time. Not only that, folks, Abbotsford doesn't have a SkyTrain, and it looks like we won't be getting one for many years to come. So if you are someone that relies on transit or high walkability score to key amenities, Abbey isn't the place for you. Number four, limited dining and nightlife. If you're someone that loves food or dining out at different cuisines, one of the key things you'll notice here in Abbotsford is there isn't many restaurants with different options for food and dining. The Abbotsford food scene is limited, but it is growing. One of the key things that I've noticed over the last 6 to 12 months is there are more restaurants that are opening, but still, if you're someone that loves different types of foods, you'll be getting into your vehicles on a Friday and you'll be driving down to Langley, Vancouver, or the Lower Mainland so you can dine at the different options. The other thing is a lot of people that come from a bigger city will notice there isn't many things to do here. Looking for late night entertainment, those are better options that you'll find in the Lower Mainland. Number 5. You better love rain. In Abbotsford, we experience about 174 days of rainfall. Actually, go to Google and type in the rainiest city here in BC and Canada. And what you'll be surprised is Abbotsford is number 1. But the thing to keep in mind, folks, in the Lower Mainland and the Fraser Valley, we experience a lot of rainfall. And hey, isn't the nickname of Vancouver called Raincover? On the bright side, in the spring and summertime, Abbotsford can be a blessing because we're only a 30 to 45 minute drive to Cultus Lake and Harrison Lake. Number 6, there's nothing to do. If you're relocating to Abbotsford from a bigger city, it might feel boring. There's fewer festivals, events, and attractions here in Abbey, which you would get living in a bigger city. But that being said, folks, one of the key things that you'll notice when you live in Abbotsford is when you connect with the folks that live here, there's a high sense of community and you get an opportunity to build community in that area or with the people that you live around with. Not only that, but if you're someone that's into outdoor activities, Abbotsford has a lot to offer, from parks, trails, and the Abbey grind. Number 7. Abbotsford smells. Welcome to the city in the country. One of my son's favorite jokes around the spring or summertime is when we're driving around the farm area is, "Dad, it smells." And the reason for that is there's a fertilizer smell that lingers in the air. As a result of the lingering smells, seasonal allergies can be worse because of the pollen from the farm crops. So, should you move to Abbotsford? So what this means for you is that you have to explore all of your options. One of the best ways you can get more information about the city and the country is by downloading my free home buyer's guide by clicking the link below. The second way you can get more information about if Abbey is right for you is visiting local restaurants, cafes, parks, and trails, and talking to the local people that live there. The last way is connecting with a local realtor like myself that has lived in Abbotsford my entire life, and I would be happy to answer any questions you have about my home city. Remember, beginning of the video, I talked about one important tip that would help determine if Abbotsford or a Pacific neighborhood was the right area for you. One of the best ways to get information about if living in Abbotsford or a Pacific area is right for you is through connecting with the local people that live here. So for example, if you're interested in living in Augustin, one of the best things that you could do is visiting Augustin on a sunny summer day where you take your kids to the local playground and you talk to the local neighbors there. They will share all the reasons why you'll love living there or all of the negatives associated with the Pacific area. Despite the downsides, Abbey has plenty of things to offer, like a strong sense of community. We're also noted one of the most generous communities in terms of when it comes to donating across Canada. Spend a couple of minutes talking to locals like myself, and one of the things that you'll realize is we're people that love living and working here in Abbotsford. Do you still have more questions about what it's really like living in Abbotsford? Click the video on the side because I'm going to talk about all the reasons why you will love living here. If you found today's content valuable, my only ask is please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button so we can keep bringing more great content like this to you. I'm Gary Dhindsa, and we'll see you next week.